Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of 10 Years Ago. Your last instalment for October is this one right here, and it is WWF No Mercy 2000. Interesting show this one, there's some good on it, and of course there is some toss on it. Shall we get on with it? So the attendance for this one, 14,342 fans. Buyrate of 1.35, that's down from the 1.50 from Unforgiven. So the opening contest was a Dudley Boyz Invitational tables match. Wasn't particularly great, this one. I'll go through it for you. Too Cool versus Lowdown is the opening part. Basic stuff from both teams. A few nice suplexes from Too Cool. The tease a few eliminations until Scotty knocks Chaz off the top through a table as D'Lo Brown goes for the frog splash and Grandmaster Sexay moves out of the way, so he frog splashes himself through the table, which is lovely. Taz and Raven are out next. They just batter Too Cool, including a nice belly to play suplex side Taz. Grandmaster Sexay tries a sunset flip. Oh, this is such a stupid spot, right? He basically tries to sunset flip Raven, who's on the apron, yeah? And basically he goes over the top of the ropes, yeah? Comes down and his feet go through the table. It makes it look like the table's made of fucking paper. In one of those, oh, so silly. Scott does the worm, but gets double suplex through a table to eliminate Too Cool. Dudley Boyz are out next. They hit the WhatsApp. Sorry, don't know where that came from. Drop on Raven. Taz with a capture suplex on Bubba. Devon does a leg drop. Devon leg drops Taz through. Taz is put on a table and Devon does a leg drop off the top turnbuckle through the table to eliminate them. And then the right to censor are the last team. It's the Goodfather and Bull Buchanan. Yay! Aren't we lucky? Ref gets bumped early on in this one. Bull Buchanan gets bombed through the table, but there's no referee. Goodfather basically takes out Bubba and puts him in the wreckage of the table that the Goodfather's just gone through. The ball goes through, so has just gone through, sorry. Referee spots that and awards the match to RCC, but then another ref comes out and said, actually, no, that didn't happen. And the referee reverses, and the match restarts 3D later, and the Dudley Boyz win. I've given it 1.5 stars because I'm generous, but it's nothing, really nothing special. Speaking of nothing special, the next match doesn't even happen. It's meant to be TNA and Trish Stratus versus the APA and Lita. Basically, the TNA take out the APA backstage, so it's meant to be a 3-on-1. It's going to be a 3-on-1 beatdown. Basically, it's going to be TNA and Trish versus Lita. But the Hardy Boys come out to make the save. Yay! And everyone's happy. So that match, I can't rate that because it doesn't even happen. Next, Chris Jericho defeats X-Pac in a good cage match. So this one has an interesting start because the bell goes before X-Pac has got in the cage. So. And then, to make it that little bit more, they start brawling at ringside. So haven't one of these won already? If the bell's already gone and they're outside the cage, just a little thing that I think about. So, X-Pac tries to climb but gets drop kicked and crotched on the ropes, which is funny. Jericho controls with a bulldog and a missile dropkick off the top. Lion's Claw is countered with the knees. X-Pac tries to escape out the door and then bounces Jericho off the cage a few times. He gets body dropped into the cage, which is a nasty looking spot because he lands right on the back of his head. But he gets up and hits a spinning heel kick, and then in the stupidest thing I've seen in this show, he attempts to go for a pin and then goes, god damn it! When he realises there's no pin. Like, oh dear me. Because it's escape only in this match for some reason. There's no pinfalls or submissions. It's escape only. How it should be in a cage match, if you ask me. Bronco Buster, and of course there's no reaction because X-Pac sucks. X-Pac climbs the cage but gets powerbombed off the top. It was an absolutely superb manoeuvre. It's not, when I say powerbomb off the top, it's not off the top of the cage. It's Jericho's, imagine a steel cage. X-Pac's got his hands on the very top of it. And Jericho comes up and basically he's standing on the top turnbuckle and powers them off the top turnbuckle, if that makes sense. It's a fucking horrific moment. It's one of those, bet that hurts a little bit. How do you get any reaction? There's hardly any reaction to it at all, which is just bizarre. Jericho tries to climb but gets crotched, Pac goes to the door, but instead he sort of leans out and gets a chair. He clocks Jericho with it. Jericho tells, you hear right on camera, right? Jericho tells X-Pac to go to the top. And you're like, oh, so Jericho's carrying this one. Shouldn't notice things like that. It bugs me that I do. Shouldn't do that. Really, really shouldn't. Anyway, he X-Pac does as he's told. He goes up to the top. He gets crotched on the top, and then Jericho puts a Walls of Jericho on the very top of the cage. That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And then he manages to knock Jericho to the mat. X-Pac tries to climb down, and basically he's climbed, so he stood on the door, and Jericho knocks the door out from under him, so he gets crotched, aka he goes bollock first onto the top of the door, and that means that Jericho can escape. Yay! I should mention before I go on, because someone will pull me up on it, and nobody will. About a minute into the match, X-Pac used the door on Jericho. It had to be done. It's in every cage spot match ever. That spot ever. So I've given this one 2 3/4 stars. It was a hell of a lot better than I was expecting it to be. It really, really was. And apart from the X-Pac attempting the pinfall, good match like that. Bit too few crotch. I mean, basically, they both got crotched twice, and I think that was a bit of overkill. But anyway, so that was good, and then it went all a bit of shit for a couple of matches as Venis and Steven Richards defeated Chyna and Mr. Ass in a crap match. Let me tell you some things about this one. First things first, right to sensitive music. Oh, it's Danny Ace's absolute favourite music. Every time it comes on, it's like, oh, I love this. Speaking of music, Chyna's music. Have you ever listened to the words of Chyna's music? It doesn't make any sense. The woman says, don't treat me like a woman, don't treat me like a man. Don't treat me like you know me, treat me for just who and what I am. I thought you were a woman. So how do I treat you? How am I meant to treat you if you're not a woman and you're not a man? I don't understand. Steven Richards managed to get through an entire promo in this one. I couldn't believe it. You've got two faces, Chyna and Mr. Ass. You think just for a bit of cheap fucking heat, they fucking interrupt the promo, but no, they don't. They let him speak. There's not really a lot I can tell you about this one, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. Matches back and forth, nothing of note at all. The only thing that I picked out really was that the right to censor are working over Billy Gunn's arm. That's what I noticed. There's a bit of psychology going on, and I like that. But other than that, there's nice DDT by Gunn and a famous to Richards. And the rest of RTC basically come out and they distract the referee, enabling Eddie Guerrero to come out and nail Chyna with the loaded flowers of doom. And that gets the win. Half a star for the psychology. If it wasn't for that psychology, this would have been a dud match. I guarantee it. And then next match. I might get a bit of heat for this one, but I don't care. As Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin went to a no contest. And I've given this match 1 star. Now, the thing about this one, of course, is this is meant to be the culmination, isn't it? This is meant to be the combination of a year-long angle. At Survivor Series 1999... Stone Cold Steve Austin was run over. This was meant to be the combination of it. A month before Unforgiven, Austin returned, and if you remember, stunned the fuck out of Shane McMahon, and that's all good. In the month since then, it's been revealed that Rikishi is the guy who ran over Stone Cold, and this is the payoff match. And it just, to me, it was such a disappointment. It really was. Basically, Rikishi comes out to the ring and he says, Austin's not here, I want you to declare me the winner. Austin obviously comes out, in his big truck, and basically they brawl, and then they brawl, and then they go into the crowd and brawl, and then they go back to ringside and they brawl, and most of it, by the way, is Austin just kicking ass. It has to be pointed out. Chair shots. They bust Rikishi open. It's a manly blade job, I'll give him that. But basically Austin hits him with 3 chair shots, and he blades after the second one. And then as Austin hits him with the third one, Rikishi sort of spins round, and as he spins round, you see his right arm go out, and he puts his hand out flat, and you see the referee take the blade out of his hand. Don't like that. That's bad. Anyway, basically, Austin ends up putting Rikishi in the back of his big-ass truck and reversing out into the parking lot and setting Rikishi up like he's going to run him over. And then as he drives at Rikishi, a police car appears and they go bang! And Austin gets taken to jail. And that's the big payoff. And you're like, wow, didn't even pin him. If you bought this show specifically to see Austin giving Rikishi beats, which I'm certain there's, the majority of people who ordered this show did, I'm pretty certain of it, I feel for you. I do, I really do. Because this, for me, this is such a letdown. It was such a big letdown. Speaking of letdowns, that next match was a letdown. A little segue there. William Regal defeated Naked Mideon in a terrible match to retain the European title. There's a sign in the crowd that says William Regal is a wanker, and they show that on screen. Fantastic. Basically, I'm not even going to tell you about this. I'm not even going to go into detail about this one. Mideon teases getting naked until he finally does get naked to reveal he's wearing just a... Right, gotta be careful here because there's two ways of saying this and both of them won't make sense depending on where you are in the world, right? If you're in England, right, he gets naked to reveal he's wearing his bum bag. Blah, blah, blah. And if you're in America, he gets naked to reveal his fanny pack. Stupid name. But yeah, we get to see balls. We get to see a lot of balls, which I'm sure someone like Gethins absolutely loves, but me, I don't want to see balls when I'm watching wrestling. Neckbreaker gets the win, horrible mess. Next, let's get on with it, right. Los Conquistadors. Is that how you say it? Los Conquistadors? That's how it looks. Defeated the Hardy Boys to win the tag team titles in a good match. 2.5-star match this one. I could tell you all about the match, but I don't want to because one of the things I want to do is, what I want to do here is, we're always talking about the Attitude Era, aren't we? And we're always talking about how good the Attitude Era is. And we're always talking about how bad today's wrestling is. And there's things that go on that don't make sense. And in TNA especially, there's loads of things that don't make sense. Tell me how this makes sense. Okay, so you remember that... Sorry, I'm getting hot here. You remember that at Unforgiven last month, the Hardy Boys had won the Tag Team Championships from Edge and Christian in a cage match. And it was a good match, I'm sure you remember. They had a ladder match on the 25th of September Raw, which they lost. The stipulation on this match, as well as it being a ladder match, a ladder match isn't enough. We should put another stipulation on top of it. Was that if Edge and Christian lost, they couldn't challenge for the tag team titles again while the Hardy Boys were champions. So they began competing as Los Conquistadors, or whatever it said. I don't care if I'm saying it wrong. They racked up a few wins. They won a match against the Dudley Boys, and then they won a tag team battle royale to get the number one contender spots. That's how it worked. They won this match. This match was good. It was all right. It was funny in places, like for example one of the Hardy Boys, I can't remember which, took one of the Los Conquistadors, whatever, masks off, and there was another mask there. Hey, you like that? It's a nice bit of comedy. But the thing that baffles me about this is the next night on Raw, Los Conquistadors, whoever, would be facing Edge and Christian for the belts, right? Edge got injured, so it was Christian defending the tag team titles. Oh, sorry, no, it was, was one of them. Just one of Los Conquistadors. Yeah, whatever. And oh no, I'm getting confused now. Sorry, right. Edge and Christian. No, right. Sorry. This was 10 years ago. It takes a lot of remembering. Edge and Christian versus Los Conquistadors, whatever, for the tag team titles. Yeah. Could be Conquistadors. Is that it? Conquistadors? Did I get it right? I don't care. Edge and Christian versus Los Conquistadors. Edge got injured, so it's Christian taking on them both on their own. The Conquistadors won, and then unmasked to reveal that they were the Hardy Boys. So the Hardy Boys lost the tag team titles to themselves. That's right, and that is baffling. I'm sorry I haven't explained it in the best ways there, but that made so little sense in my head. Hardy Boys lost a match to the team that's obviously Edge and Christian dressed up, yeah? But then when the team were dressed up as Edge and Christian faced off against Edge and Christian, they were the Hardy Boys. So the Hardy Boys had lost the tag team titles to themselves. That makes no sense. And it's recognised as a change as well. Bloody hell. Right, so next. I've got two more matches, and both of them, in my opinion, are absolutely fucking superb. The first one, in my opinion, is a forgotten classic, right? And I'll tell you why. It's because if you talk about wrestling in 2000, this match, I'm certain, is never brought up. It's never, ever mentioned. It's a 4.5 star match, in my opinion. And like I say, no one ever talks about it. It's Triple H defeating Chris Benoit in an amazing match. Like I say, 4.5 stars. Really good. So there's a big Triple H chant at the start of this one, which says to me that what I was saying last month, Unforgiven, that Triple H should turn face. Yeah, fully justified. The crowd would have chanted him and they would have cheered him. Oh yes. So anyway, Triple H starts working the left knee from the start, including smashing it into the ring post, an elbow drop onto the knee, and he even puts on an Indian deathlock for some lovely psychology. Gotta love me my psychology. They head outside to where Benoit takes control. He sells the knee. He takes control, but he's selling the knee at all times. He hits an arm breaker and starts to work the arm, including an absolutely superb hammerlock back suplex. You never see those in wrestling, ever. Fucking beautiful. Does Northern Light suplex, which in the context of the match, probably seen, you may think a Northern Light suplex when you're working over the arm, yeah? Oh no, remember how a Northern Light suplex works? You have to trap the left arm to do it. Brilliant. I love that. It's great. They go outside where Benoit bounces Triple H's shoulder off the announce table. Psychology. And then they go inside. He does a snap suplex, then locks on an arm bar, and then locks on a cross arm breaker. Yes! Yeah, say we are about Chris Benoit. The guy was fucking awesome in the ring. Fucking incredible. Then, if that isn't enough abuse to the arm, he does another hammerlock suplex and a diving headbutt to the shoulder. Fucking yes! Love it! Triple H comes back with a small package and a beautiful inverted suplex. The running knee and a neck breaker get 2 for him. He hits a superplex, but Benoit comes back with a pair of Germans, and oh man, this is where this one loses points, yeah? A crap looking dragon suplex. You know me, dragon suplex, one of my absolute favourite moves, yeah? But he fucking botches it, something really wrong. Triple H basically lands on Benoit's face. So in one of those things that guaranteed to irk me, they get up and they repeat the spot and they fuck it up again. 0.5 star gone. Naughty people. Anyway, crossface with Triple H powers out of it, yeah, and check this out, into a Death Valley driver. When do you ever see Triple H do something like that? It's one of the things I absolutely love about this match, is they pull out all the stops. You know, they really do music that you just never see these guys do. Fantastic. Stephanie comes out and she slaps Benoit. Pedigree is counted into a crossface, which is counted into a crossface, which is counted into a Stephanie McMahon basically distracts the ref, so Triple H can low blow Chris Benoit to get out of the crossface attempt, and Pedigree gets the win for Triple H. It's a long match, it goes about 18 minutes. Oh, psychology in this one was perfect. It's what I absolutely love about wrestling. You know, matches like this make me go, oh, look at that. Triple H didn't get busted open. Triple H, apart from the very end, didn't have to use any shortcuts. This was like Triple H was saying, you don't think I'm a technical wrestler, I'll show you what I can do when I need to. And you're like, I came away from this match so impressed. I really did. Great match. It was a match of the year contender for definite. It's a match of the night, in my opinion, by a long shot. And like I said at the start, I think this one's a forgotten classic. I really do. Because, like I say, no one ever talks about it. And then, the main event. By the way, Stephanie McMahon not only is Triple H's wife, but she's Kurt Angle's permanent manager. Bearing in mind that third word. So, Kurt Angle defeated The Rock in a great no disqualification match to win the WWF title. It's a 4-star match, in my opinion. So, Angle controls from the bell, including a chair shot on the outside. Rock fires back with a clothesline and a Samoan drop for 2. They head to the entrance way and they brawl, and we see Angle getting thrown through part of the set. Back in the ring, Stephanie chokes Rock with the ropes. Rock comes back and starts to work the left knee. He puts his he pulls him balls first into the ring post and then uses a chair on the knee. Dragon screw into the Scorpion King Deathlock. Oh yes, haven't seen that for a while. Stephanie distracts the ref so she can I've lost my place now. No, I was doing so well. Stephanie distracts the ref so he can't see Angle tipping. Sorry, you know my writing. Stephanie distracts the ref because Angle's tapping out from the Scorpion King Deathlock. Belly to belly by Angle, followed by flying 4-on-4-2. They go outside where Rock hits the devastating, and it is the most devastating move you've ever seen. Say it with me, say it loud and proud. The caffeinated water of doom! He doesn't do it, ever, and I love it. Stephanie distracts the ref in a no disqualification match while Angle gets the title belt. No, just hit him with it. It's no disqualification. What's going to happen if you hit him with the belt? Nothing. So why is Steph distracting the ref? It's dumb. It really is. Angle goes to use the title, Rock counters. He tries to do a Rock bottom, but that in turn is countered into a belt shot for 2, which busts the Rock open. It's a tiny little blade job. Superplex by Rock gets 2. German suplex by Angle is followed by the sing it with me again, the arm-breaking moonsault of doom. Misses. Rock gets 2 off a beautiful DDT. He follows it up with a belly-to-belly suplex and a main event spinebuster. Stephanie gets in to try and break up the people's elbow, but she eats a Rock bomb. He goes to people elbow her, but Angle stops him. Triple H comes out and attacks Angle, then pedigrees the Rock. Kurt covers, and it only gets 2, and you could see that everyone in the crowd thought that that was the end. They really did. Another nice DDT gets 2 for Rock. Rikishi waddles out and throws Angle into the ring. Angle low blows Rock, but Rock sort of no-sells it and eats a Rock bomb for a double KO spot, you know. Cover gets 2, Rikishi in, and he accidentally squashes Rock in the corner. He then goes to super kick Angle and accidentally super kicks him as well. So Angle hits an Angle slam on Rikishi and then hits 1 foot on the Rock for the win! 4-star match, loved it, great match. Could do that. It could do that with interference from from Rikishi and from Triple H, obviously. But other than that, yeah, great one. So, what do we make of this show? Well, there were 3, maybe 4 good matches on it. The main event was good. Benoit vs Triple H was good. The tag team title match, for what it was worth, was good, and the cage match was good. The problem is the rest of it was garbage, like a really avoidable garbage. You know, Regal versus Mideon, no need for in the slightest. The Venis and Steven Richards vs Chyna and Mr. Ass was crap. Rikishi vs Stone Cold is completely avoidable. Honestly, you don't want to watch that. And the opener was good, and of course one of the matches didn't even happen. Hard to rate, really hard to rate. I mean, I'm thinking it's only like a 7. You know, because I mean those 2 main events really do prop it up. So yeah, I would love to know what you think of this show. Hit me down here if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. Hit me up if you like. And yeah, next up for you, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do next for you, WCW Mayhem from 2000. That will be coming to you sometime in the next couple of weeks in November. I have been Mark P. This has been 10 years ago. Once again, take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.